Good evening, classmates. It's 7:00 p.m. Today is May 12, 2022. So I'll be answering your questions for my research title. So I'm still waiting for my classmates. But because we are on limited time, so I need to start. So let's start now. Hello. So I'll be presenting. Hi. So let's start.
Hi.
I'll be sharing the slides for some of the questions that were given to me. So again, my topic is reaching out, communicative strategy of mothers using Facebook group for online selling in Barangay Habay 1, Bacoor, Cavite, during the pandemic period of July 2021 to 2022. This is for COM 399, online colloquium in communication research, dissertation draft proposal. So I'm Hazel Joy Crizaldo. I'll be your presenter for tonight. So let's start with the first question. From Sir Brian Realbo. While you operationally defined what a mother is in your proposed study, may you also share with the class the inclusion-exclusion criteria that you intend to use in selecting your participants. So there are criteria for considering a participant in my research study. Number one is you have to be a mother. I have a member in my group who is adopting a child, now a teenager. She adopted it from since the child was 3 months, three months baby, and she's the one who reared the children and reared the child until now. So the child is legally adopted. So I consider her as a mother because of all we share the same problem with how to manage uh, doing her livelihood and also taking care of the child, and also with all of the responsibilities of being a mother. So she's included in the group. Also, she has to have a business. So she needs to own this business. She should be an entrepreneur, meaning she's the one who's managing the business. And she conceptualized that business. Whether she has complete legal business permit papers, documents or not, as long as she's the one conducting her business, she's the one who developed it, who she has the original idea for that business, then original meaning she's the one who initiated the business. It doesn't matter if it's just a resale of clothing, bags and shoes, as long as she's the one who is really managing the business. And the third criteria should be she should be living here in Habay, Bacoor, Cavite. This is my geographic population reach. So should be around Barangay Habay 1 and 2 here in Bacoor, Cavite. So that's my criteria for uh, determining if that participant will be included in my research study. Number 2 question is from Michelle Ochoa. I would like to ask, ma'am, if the identities of the participants are going to be anonymous, or are they willing to identify themselves during the course of your study? Likewise, how do you plan to handle researcher bias since you are directly involved in the formation of the group? Thank you for your presentation and congratulations. Thank you, Ma'am Michelle. So I think I'm going to have their identities to be anonymous because they will be sharing some personal stories about their lives. So it will be best if I will not disclose their real names. So for the sake of their privacy, I will choose to give them a pseudonym. So their personal and private lives will be protected. Yeah, during the course of my study, I will just give them a pseudonym because their story will be based from their true to life story. Likewise, how do you plan to handle researcher bias since you are directly involved in the formation of the group? So this is their story, not my story. So I will try to have an objective mind as much as possible. And of course, in qualitative study, there's really no such thing as objective because our nature of study here in qualitative is always subjective. So, but since I am not included in the giving out of the story, I do not have a problem in giving my separating myself from the study itself, meaning I am not directly involved with the stories because it is that just their stories that I am collating and trying to make meaning out of their the data that they are giving me. Next question from Sir Donny Duya. One of the theories you intend to use in this study is the grounded theory. How do you respond to the main critics as regarding to grounded theory? Its status as a theory is questionable. The notion of ground is criticized. The usage of inductive knowledge is again questionable. They say that it is not possible to be detached from preconceived notions when formulating the theory. Grounded theory is majority of its nature is it is a methodology. It is a research methodology that you use you are seeing from a whole, and then you are like you are deconstructing it. Then you are getting the parts, and then you are making sense of those parts. You make meaning of those parts, and then you create a theory towards the end. So that's grounded theory. Yes, it is criticized because most of the advocates of the quantitative studies will not think highly of grounded theory, but given its contribution to the social sciences and to the communication research studies, especially in studying social relationships, social phenomenons, a new phenomenon that is happening in the society, it is very useful and helpful in explaining new ideas or new meanings emerging from the social group and social relationships and social interaction. So grounded theory has gained its acceptance in the social sciences field and in the communication research field. So yeah, there are many critics questioning grounded theory because they say it's not a theory. Yeah, it's not a theory per se as you will think of it as grounded theory, but it is a research methodology. Its end goal is to create a theory that has explained these phenomena, what has happened in these social interactions. You make meaning of it, and then you formulate your theory. It is not possible to be detached from preconceived notions when formulating the theory. There will always be the temptation. There will always have the temptation is really will be there when you are facing your data, especially when you are talking to your participants. But it is a different system methodology when you are dealing with the actual data analysis and when you start your coding. So because these are the words of your participants, you get the concepts you get the categories out of it, you get some keywords from it, and then from those key terminologies, you formulate statements as your hypothesis. And then you test it again with all of those codes. Testing, 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 testing. And then you formulate your theory. So there will be a lot of testing of ideas, concepts, categories, codes, key terms, and keywords, and then until I will come up with the theory for this research study. So I think it will be difficult to detach from the preconceived notions, but it is possible. From Ms. Anna Coloma, I also would like to make several inquiries regarding the data gathering procedures you have presented. The initial process you indicated is an observation of the research locale or the community. What aspects or activities of the community would be observed in particular? Again, I am focusing on the... Hello, Sir John. Hello, Sir Edwin. Again, what aspects or activities of the community will be observed in particular? I am focusing on the entrepreneurship side of this phenomenon, and also I will be interviewing my participants. How are they able to manage their household or the taking care of their children? So that is just my problem. How do they manage taking care of their children and managing their business at the same time? So that's my problem. That's the question, specific question that I want to have an answer. And I will be interviewing these mothers. How are they able to do that? How they are able to simultaneously do these two things in time of the pandemic, starting year 2021 to 2022. So since the proposed study is qualitative in design, how many participants would you consider as sufficient for your proposed study? Around 10 participants, because the semester is so short. It will just be 6 months of the dissertation proper. If I will have so many participants, that will be so much for me to code all of their answers. So I just need 10 participants. Lastly, aside from being mothers and entrepreneurs at the same time, are there other criteria for selecting the participants of your proposed study, such as the nature of business they are engaged in? I only have 10 minutes. I am prioritizing businesses or entrepreneur business which they are the one who really manufactured it, or they are really the one who conceptualize it. Like they can really manipulate the product. For example, food, they can manipulate it. They are really manufacturing it. Okay, so I'm prioritizing those types of products or goods. Services can also be, because it's their creativity. For example, the salon, hair cutting, the hair rebonding, it's their unique skill. So I'm considering original concepts in business. Original meaning they are the one who's really doing it. Such as the nature of business they are engaged in, the amount of time with which they have engaged in such business, etc. I am prioritizing at least 1 year, of business, because I'm focusing on this pandemic period. Next, from Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph just gave me some suggestion to shift to ethnomethodology. I am considering it since I'm also having a particular focus on this geographic group, area, and location. So I might consider ethnomethodology as my research methodology instead of using grounded theory. I'm still considering it. There are pros and cons of using that. Ethnomethodology focuses more on the culture, but grounded theory, I want to formulate my own theory. I'm still weighing the pros and cons of those two research methodology. Thank you very much for Sir Joseph for your question. So I have special guests here, Sir Edwin and Sir John. Do you have any question for me?
None so far.
So thank you very much for tuning in, for joining me in this research presentation. I will be typing the answers on the research portal, and I will be giving my official written report to our Professor Mel. Thank you very much, Dr. Mel Lumanta, my classmates, and all who have participated in this research colloquium. Sir Joseph, thank you very much. Ma'am Anna, Sir John, thank you very much for participating, and I hope you have a great day tonight. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a great night tonight, and have a great semester. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.